Hey, what's up, everybody? Packers' first preseason game tonight at Cincinnati. Super excited about that, as I'm sure you guys are. Super excited to see how our rookies and young guys perform, how their performance in training camp translates out onto the field and for preseason, who gets cut, who doesn't, all that stuff, all that good stuff. But also, Packers are being named in a massive trade with the New England Patriots, and we're going to dive into that. But real quickly, I just want to side note, and I don't know where everybody is at or where you live, but I want to dive into. I live in Michigan, and uh, I love going outside this time of the year. It's still warm, but yet you can go outside and you get the crispness that's in the air. So it's like a little bit cool in the mornings, a little bit cool in the evening, warm in the afternoon, but you can smell football in the air. It's the weirdest thing. It's just like you go outside and you're like, oh my gosh, it's football time. It's football season. I just think of, dude, I live, eat, and sleep Packers this time of the year. I love it. I've got a football fantasy draft this tomorrow. So excited about that. I'll let you know how that goes. But real quickly, I want to let's break down if the Packers are able to land this trade with the New England Patriots. What does that mean for them this season going forward? What does that look like for them, especially this season? If they are able to land Jalen Mills from the New England Patriots, and how does that bolster their defense? But we all know both Packers and Patriots are both headed in a very interesting 2023 season. Packers are, in the midst of rebranding themselves. Rodgers being gone, you've got Jordan Love under center, and obviously in New England you've got Mac Jones. Is he the guy? They don't know. That's just like this huge question mark that's there. But one thing we know is that both teams are going to be relying very heavily on their defenses for their success this season. So as it turns out, these two teams were named in a trade that would bolster one of their defenses, naming the Packers. So let's just break down. Okay, so if they are able to add Jalen Mills to their secondary, what's that going to look like? Let's take a look at a highlight of Jalen Mills. Maybe that would help. Just seeing what this guy can do. Uh, Here, well, you know what? Let's talk a little bit further. But um, what are they saying? So if the Packers are able to get Jalen Mills, he's added to a trio of guys, right? He's added to a trio of Stokes, Jair Alexander, Douglas, which, in my opinion, is one of the best in the league when healthy, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. So, but it gets pretty dicey after that, so if one man goes down, so it's next man up, right? And what does that look like for the Packers? Next man up, it gets really dicey at that point. We're gonna really Packers defense will really struggle if one of those guys goes down and gets hurt. So adding a guy like Jalen Mills, man, dude, that's going to be huge because this dude can not just play corner, right? He's a slot guy. He can play safety. He can kind of do it all, which is exactly what Green Bay needs. It's exactly the perfect fit that would really bolster their defense a little bit, even make it beefier. So Patriots originally intended to cut Mills this season, but then they added him to a 1-year contract. So I know that the Packers would be willing to, you know, they would be willing to probably part with a small draft pick. I know the Patriots would be willing to accept a small little draft pick, not giving up the farm, but just like say a sixth, seventh rounder. That has been talked about that the Patriots would be that would be alluring for them to be able to do that. So Mills, I think, was originally signed with the Patriots, I think in 21 for a 4 year, $24 million deal, and he's just kind of been all over the field. That he's played outside cornerback, he's played safety, he's played slot. He's done a lot of stuff for the Patriots, but um, man, I know that the Patriots are interested in a little bit of draft capital, and Packers usually have been a little bit stingy, but I think that they would be willing to give up a six or seven. And man, adding a guy like Jalen Mills this season could be huge for the Packers because as we talked about earlier, we know that um, it's going to take the defense winning some games, a lot of games this season for the Packers with all of this, hey, how is Jordan Love going to perform? How are the young receivers going to do on offense? So we all know that we have a stout D line, and we know that we have a really stout secondary, but it gets really thin after that. So leave your comments in the section below. What do you think a guy like Jalen Mills could add to the Packers? Should they do it? Should they not do it? Also, we're going to be talking about the game tonight. I'll make another video. Super excited to see how the Packers perform and who do we think probably should get cut. Anyways, super excited. Let's go Pack. Go Pack. Go.